Thanks for coming, guys. What can I do for you?
Your overall thoughts of the quarterback play today, Greg?
Um, I thought it was pretty smooth. You know, today was the first day in a game situation that the coach to player communication. We've used it in practice, but to do it, in a game situation, it was interesting. We're going to have to really look at it because we have to shut it off at 15, which is different. You know, you can't talk all the way to the end of the clock. So there's going to be some strategy involved with that if you want to be able to talk the quarterback through it. You know, once it goes dead at 15, now it's back to the old days where he's on his own. So we got to get a feel for that. I thought overall, you know, it was pretty clean. A couple missed throws that could have been interceptions that were dropped. Defensively, I thought we had a few opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. But overall, it was positive, and we got all four of them good work, which was good.
What are your thoughts on your receivers so far this spring, specifically some of the younger guys that are kind of still developing and kind of trying to carve out roles?
Yeah, I think guys are at a different stage in their development, right? And we have all different stages. And with the transfers, you know, it's like getting Brantley eligible is like, you know, getting two portal receivers, not one. Chris Long is like getting a third portal receiver because he really couldn't play last year. So I think we have an infusion of talent at the position, and then the young guys are doing well. So it's exciting. I think the room has some depth to it now, and that's a good thing. Yeah, we need that. We needed it desperately.
Greg, I'm kind of curious on your thoughts on this. Going back to your first tenure to now, do you feel it's a little bit easier to get true freshmen at the skill positions more playing time, just based on the fact that they early enroll now and they've had so much training throughout high school?
Probably more the early enroll than the so much training in high school. 7-on-7, you know, is a different world. Being able to do the blocking that you need to do at this level, being able to get off of aggressive press coverage. But yes, the number of people that enroll early now, it's basically flipped. Used to be, you know, half a dozen early and the rest in June. Now it's most of them in early and a half a dozen in June. So that certainly helps. I like our young. I think we have some really good young talent right now, so that's exciting.
As you've built a culture here, last year at this time, you liked the leadership. Where has it gone to now, that leadership?
Well, it's several of the same leaders, right? So I think it's even stronger. They're more mature. They're more experienced. So anytime you're more experienced at doing something, you hope you would do it better, right? The only thing that can get you is if you think you got it, right? I got this. Well, what I tell the players all the time is when you think you got it, it's got you. So we just have to keep working at it. And the relationships, you can't lead unless you have relationships with your teammates. That's the critical part. But I like the chemistry of our team. I think it's a tight team, and guys respect the upperclassmen, which is important.
You turn a lot of guys on the offensive line with starting experience. Do you kind of have an idea of the five you want, or is that still kind of up in the air maybe, and we'll go on through camp?
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea, but there's still competition every day, right? But yeah, I think I have a pretty good idea who it'll be on opening day if we can stay healthy.
Just now, year two with Kirk, have you seen overall offensively the guys kind of making the progress that you've wanted to see in terms of picking things up, recognizing what they need to see and things like that, and just kind of making the adjustments that they need to?
Yeah, I have. I mean, certainly the second go-round, anytime you do something for a second cycle, you're going to improve. Plus, it's a second cycle with flats in the O-line, right? So when you look at those two things, second cycle with Brock and Johnny with the wideout. So, like, you look at things, Coach Shaw now, second cycle with the running backs. I'm excited, you know, that we can be better on offense, and we need to be, right? We weren't good enough, so we have to be better, but better is a relative term. You know, we need to be substantially better.
Coach, obviously a couple new cornerbacks out there today. How's the evaluation of that position, and where do you think you are looking for that number 2 guy?
I think Shorty, Salam has really got natural ability at the position. I do. I think he's going to play. He's athletic. He's fast, competitor. So I'm excited. Who else were you referencing?
I didn't see Bo Masco out there. I'm just generally who would be the number 2 corner.
Yeah, I think Bo, Shorty, Eric Rogers. Well, Eric and Robert are the starters. But, we roll guys and we play guys. We kind of have a 3-man rotation all the time, plus guys go in and play the star and the nickel. So we play multiple DBs. We don't just play 4. We play 5 and 6 DBs. So I like the depth we have there. I like the depth we have on the D-line. And I think at the linebacker, Moses is doing a really good job, as is DJ. So those 2 guys, and, when you have Mo and you have Tyreem, and then you have those 2 guys that are really coming on strong, and Jameer Wright-Collins is also, I thought, had a good spring. So, if you have depth on defense, you got to play it all. You want guys that are fresh, that are running around. There's the advent of these sideline devices that they're going to be able to watch. That's going to help too. Sometimes you worry, well, a guy just can't get in the flow because he's not seeing it. Well, he's seeing it now. You sit down and watch it in between series. So, you may be able to play even more guys, which I love that for 2 reasons. One, they practice harder all week when they know they're going to play. Number 2, it keeps everybody fresher for the long haul. I felt last year we literally stumbled to the finish. We just didn't have the size and the stamina to finish like this. So we limped to the finish. And you know what? It's my goal not to do that this year. We got to be able to finish the season going like that. So a lot of thoughts going into that as well.
Staying on that topic at safety, you have some young talent in there with Kaj and you move Jesse. What are they doing? How are they faring, I should say, and what's your overall impression of that group?
Yeah, I think those young guys have a chance. They just need to log reps, right? Back there, you're covering a large area of real estate against the best athletes on the field. The receivers, I always joke with the DBs, if you were the best athlete, you'd be over there catching balls for touchdowns, right? So you have to defend them. They know where they're going. You don't. Those are serious disadvantages, right? So you really have to be smart. You really have to understand angles, cutting people off. That's what the young guys, people say, why are reps important? Because you get a feel. It's like when you started driving. When you first started driving, it was looking over your shoulder. Then as you get more comfortable and you're looking in the rear view, right? As the more you play, the more you understand angles, the more you understand how to read the quarterback. It's more of this kind of driver instead of the white knuckle guy. And that's what they need to do. They need to accumulate reps so they can do that. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you covering us.